Hey, sports card fans, it's John, Boggs fan, and this is a video response for Don's Field of Dreams cards. He is celebrating reaching 200 subscribers. Actually, he's well past 200 subscribers now. I think he's up around 270 plus, but he's just getting around to doing a 200 subscriber contest giveaway. Really happy to support Don's channel in doing this video response. I got a chance to meet Don in person out at the National this year. Great guy, lives relatively close to me out in the Pittsburgh area. I'm in central Pennsylvania. We're about 4 hours apart. So hopefully, maybe even before next year's National or whatever, we'll have a chance to meet up again. Really great guy and love his vintage collection. He is into vintage cards. And some of the vintage cards he has in his collection are jaw-dropping, very envious of some of the cards that he has in his collection. So I always enjoy watching his videos. But what Don wants for a response video is two things. One, he wants us to show him things that we think he may be interested in seeing. It doesn't have to be cards. It could be memorabilia. It could be non-sports related items, things that we think he would be interested in seeing. And the second part of the video response is he wants us to give out at least 2 shout outs to YouTube channels out there that have less than 200 subscribers, to highlight these channels, to give support to them, to encourage them to continue making videos, because he knows, and as I know as well, it takes a lot of time and effort to put videos together, to put yourself out there, to put videos and things like that. So it is a commitment, and anything we can do to encourage some of these newer YouTube channels to continue making great content. So I picked 2 channels to give shout outs to. They are both subscribers to my channel and regularly comment on my videos, and I've watched their videos as well. And both of them have a common theme, which I enjoy as well, which is vintage cards. So the first one that I want to highlight is Sammy Thunder. Now, Sammy has been around, his channel's been around since February of this year. He's a collector of vintage, retro, and as he calls it, junk wax baseball cards. And he's from the Northeast, and he travels around New York, New Jersey, Connecticut, going to card shops, flea markets, looking to maybe pick up some vintage baseball cards. He currently has 125 subscribers, so definitely go check Sammy's channel out, Sammy Thunder Vintage Baseball Cards. Really good early stage, if you want to call it, channel, but makes really good content and has some pretty cool cards that he is showing off. The next channel that I want to give a shout out to is All Time Sports Cards. And this is All Time Sports Cards. His name is Chris, and he started collecting in 1978, the same year I actually started collecting, so we have that connection there. And his focus is on post-war vintage stars and Hall of Fame cards, which is, again, right down my alley. Now, he extends his collection past baseball, and he has basketball, football, hockey cards as well. He likes collecting wax boxes and rack packs from the 70s and 80s. So he only has a few channels out, started in June of this year, has 45 subscribers. So definitely go check out Chris's channel, All Time Sports Cards. And there you have it, 2 channels. Definitely go check them out. I will put links to their channels in the description of this video. Again, definitely go check them out. Give them some support. Check out some of their videos. If you like their content, I'm sure they would really appreciate you subscribing to their channel. All right, so now I'm going to switch the camera focus around. And Don, I'm going to show off some things that hopefully I think you're going to be interested in. Some stuff I've already shown off in previous videos, but this is focused directly at you. Hope you enjoy. Okay, Don, I mainly have baseball cards to show off. I do have one non-baseball card memorabilia sports item that I think you may find interesting, hopefully. But in terms of the baseball cards, I know you are a fan of the Pittsburgh Pirates. So I thought I would show off some of the cards I have, vintage cards I have in my collection, um, of some of the greatest players to play for the Pittsburgh Pirates. So the first one I have is a 1961 Fleer Honus Wagner. Not in the greatest shape, little diamond cut or whatever, but cool card. I've probably had this in my collection 20, 30 years. I don't know. It's been a long time. Picked this up early in my collecting days from my local card shop. Just thought it was an interesting card. It wasn't too expensive. But there is the back of it. And I didn't realize he batted 300 or higher for 17 consecutive years. So obviously he's one of the greatest players of all time and one of the great Pittsburgh Pirates. The next one in terms of great Pittsburgh Pirates players was Roberto Clemente. Now, I only have, unfortunately, a big hole in my vintage collection. I only have one Playing Days Roberto Clemente card, and it's technically not a solo card. It's a league leaders card, and I've shown this off before, actually recently in my Hank Aaron showcase. But it's the 1964 Topps card of the 63 National League batting leaders. It has Bob Clemente there as finishing in second place in the National League with a .320 batting average. As you can see, there's some writing on the back of that card. This is one of those ones I picked up in the early 80s from one of my neighbors as a kid. But yeah, that's the only Playing Day Roberto Clemente card I have. Now, I mentioned that I have a bunch of vintage cards here because I know you're into vintage, but I have one Roberto Clemente card that I bet you've never seen before. It's a modern card, and the reason why I say you've probably never seen this before is there are reportedly only 5 of them made. They're not serial numbered, but it's from the 2014 Allen and Ginter set, and it is the metal mini card. These were found in, I did a double rip. I opened up a double rip card, and there were 2 metal cards in there. One of Bryce Harper and one of Roberto Clemente. So they're made of metal, and they're mini cards. Here's the back of it. And again, it's not serial numbered, but I think in 2014, the stated print run was only 5 cards. So that's my prized Roberto Clemente card. It's not a vintage Playing Days Clemente, but still a really cool card. And I love the image on it as well, but it's a pretty rare card. All right, following Roberto Clemente, another great Pittsburgh Pirate that I want to show off, I have 2 of his cards, is Willie Starr. And I have this 1967 Willie Starr. It's in pretty good condition. I don't know if I would ever get this graded. It'd probably come in mid-grade, but it's well centered. As far as I know, there doesn't seem to be any creases. So really nice image of Willie Starr there. And here is the back. So it's a pretty nice copy. Again, maybe it'd grade it like a 5 or something like that, but still, really nice card there of Willie Starr. And I have a 1971 Willie Starr, off-centered, but I've actually been starting to look at this one to see if I can pick one up mid-grade, PSA graded copy. But this one I've had, again, I picked these raw cards up at my local card shop over the years. I've had these in my collection for quite a while. But yeah, definitely off center, left to right. But cool image of Willie Starr. And there is the back of it. So that's for the Pittsburgh Pirates. Now I know you have other interests when it comes to vintage cards and players. And I know you have an affinity and love for the 1954 Topps set. I know you've picked up some of the pretty much the key cards or the key rookies. And you have this card I'm going to show off, but I can never pass up an opportunity to show this card off. Again, I know you have it, but it is my 1954 Topps Ted Williams. Again, any opportunity I can to show this off, I just absolutely love this card. It is one of the top cards in my collection, one that I could never see get rid of. But yeah, there's that copy. It's a BVG 7, probably does not equate to a PSA 7, but at any rate, I just love the 54 set. This is my only 54 Topps card, but it is one of the big, if you want to call it maybe the big five after the three key rookies, the Aaron, the K-Line, and the Ernie Banks. Then comes the two Ted Williams cards. And this is the last card in the set, number 250. All right, now beyond your rooting for the Pittsburgh Pirates, your love of the 1954 Topps set, you also are a fan of Stan Musial. One of the, I think in terms of the hobby, one of the underrated great players of the game. So I wanted to show off my Stan Musial cards. So the first one I have is my 1952 Bowman Stan Musial. I love this card. Picked this one up, picked all of these up, I think. Well, no, one or two of them I picked up at a national, but I don't know, just love this, very well centered. Just love the 52 Bowman set. And there is the back. Then I have a 1953 Bowman color. I picked this one up at one of the nationals I was at. May have been 2015, I think. You know, it's off center, top to bottom, but for these 53 Bowman colors, not that I don't mind it. So love that smile of Stan Musial, and there is the back. And I also have his 1958 Topps card, which I think is his first Topps card, if I'm not mistaken. Picked this up at the National maybe in 2019, I think, possibly. Really sharp card, 8.5 by Beckett. It's the All-Star card. Again, that smile. Love the blue background and the stars. And there is the back. Then I have a 1960 Topps Stan Musial. Love the 60 set. Love the horizontal design. The multicolor there in the name. The dual pictures. The portrait. And then sort of the typically the batting stance, you know, picture, I guess, if you want to call it that. Pretty nicely centered copy there. It's a 7. And here is the back. And my final Stan Musial and the final card that I have to show off is my 1962 Topps Stan Musial. Picked this one up from my local card shop not too long ago, 5-6 years ago, something like that. Bought it raw. Turned out came in at a 7, so very happy with that. Again, just his smile is just contagious on all his cards. You just see that big smile. But beyond that, he was just an amazing ball player. And there is the back of that. All right, so those are the cards. Hope you found them interesting and something that you liked. The last item, and I chose this because in your video announcing the contest, you were smoking a cigar, or attempting to smoke a cigar while you were doing the video. I think at some point you just gave up, but um, I got this as a present from my godmother. Now, I don't mean this to get political in any way, but it is a commemorative cigar. And I'll show this here, Ted's Cigars, and it is commemorating the inaugural cigar, January 20th, 2017, of Donald Trump getting sworn in. So it says here, if you can see it, the inauguration of President Donald J. Trump, January 20th, 2017. And it is actually serial numbered 6,290 out of 10,000. It's not really focusing very well here because of the glare. But yeah, it's just a little souvenir. Like I said, it's probably not worth really much. But I noticed you were smoking a cigar there, so I'm like, hey, wait a minute, I have a cigar, commemorative cigar I can show off. Again, I'm not sure if you're a fan of President Trump or not. I just found this interesting. So, Don, there you go. Congratulations on 200, now 200 plus, almost 300 actually, subscribers to your channel. Again, really like your content. For those of you who are not familiar with Don's channel, I will also put a link to his channel, of course, in the description of my video. Don, keep up the great content. Hope to meet in person again here fairly soon. Maybe we can get together for some show, or at least hopefully meet at the National in Atlantic City next year. That's all I have for you. As always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.